What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, Green Men Grow 7. I'm Sean Knight, and today we have a unique vining plant for you. I got one for you that I am captivated by. And it's my first Syngonium. And so I want to introduce to you today the Syngonium Chiapense. Look at that beauty right there. Check out that leaf. And uniquely enough, it looks as if the plant has variegation on it, but it's not that. I think what's going on with this plant is that I live in Chicago, as I've stated before, and we've been having gloomy weather here in the fall, and temperatures have dropped to like the 30s in the evening. So I've been turning on the grow lights more with the plants, and so if you look at that, isn't that amazing? Just look at that leaf. And so again, this is my first Syngonium, and it's a vining plant, but look, and it's a baby. Look how beautiful that is. And what I'm liking about it, with a lot of vining plants, the stems stay very thin as it grows up, and then the rest of the plant matures and the leaves get big. But this one, it's stocky. And I like that. It's quite stocky, and I'm hoping that it continues to do that as it grows and just gets stockier and stockier. But these leaves are doing everything for me. They're giving me quite life right now. And so I just wanted to bring this on the channel just to say, look at this. I went into the plant store and I wasn't looking for this plant. I wasn't looking for any particular plant. And I walked past it, and when I saw this leaf, I actually thought this was a form of a monstera. And so then when I was talking with the person at the nursery, they were telling me, no, it's a Syngonium. And I'll put the name on the screen so that if you're interested, to look it up, and if you're interested in purchasing it. When I was doing my research after getting the plant to find out about the plant, I didn't find that much information on the plant, but I did find some Etsy stores that's selling the plant. So if you're interested and you're not in Chicago, check out Etsy, because they had a couple of Etsy suppliers with this plant. And then you can get, 8-inch, 4-inch, 6-inch pots, to your liking. But isn't that something? And so I wasn't looking again for a vining plant. I wasn't looking for any particular plant, but when I saw this, I was like, yeah, I have to have that. And so it's been with me for a little while now. I repotted it and put it in some of my aeroid mix, which has a little bit of soil. It has some perlite, it has some pumice, some orchid bark, and it seems to be doing really well in it. And it's liking it and thriving. And since it's been giving me this new leaf that's coming out, and it's actually started about 3 days ago. I'm surprised it isn't out now. And if you look here, you see aerial roots are growing. I don't know if you can see that right there. Yeah, right there. And so it's a very hardy plant. And that's something I like. A lot of the plants, when you feel them, the leaves are quite thin, but not on this one. It's very hardy. And it actually reminds me of monsteras that have those thick leaves. Kind of feel like a texture of leather. And so, I've been watering it at least once a week, sometimes twice a week, because as I stated, here in Chicago, it's been dropping to the 30s in the evening. So I've been cutting the heat on. And as a result of the heat being on certain days, the plant has been, drinking up the moisture and needing more. And I've been having it under humidity. I have 2 humidifiers in the loft. I have one at one end of the loft and another at the other end of the loft. So no matter where in the loft my plants happen to be, they're getting, some of that humidity from either one and or both of the humidifiers. But yeah, that with water, with the grow lights, this is what I have, you guys. And I like this. I love everything about it. I just like how deep green it is. I like how it has that undertone of the yellow. You can see that. and you can see like the texture and the color. I just like everything about that. And I'm hoping that, you know, as we know, when you have a plant that vines, if you give it something to crawl up, if you give it something that allows it to go upward, the leaves tend to get bigger. And so since they are at this width and length right now, I'm hoping that as the plant matures and it gets older and it's just growing, that these leaves are just going to continue to grow and just make a staple and just take up space in a unique way. And I'm here for it. And so if you have this plant, if you know about this plant, leave a comment below and just tell me how you're growing it. What are you noticing about having this plant? What are you enjoying about having this plant? Because it's spectacular. It's just, and one thing I can tell you right now, it's not fussy. It's easy. It's been so easy since I've had it. It just makes sure it's in its right soil, and making sure that it's not overwatered, but that the soil retains some moisture. And like I said, the lights, and it's been giving me just what I need. And I anticipate it's just going to continue to grow. And I'm going to be here for it. And you will see this in future videos, and you will see an update video. It seems to be a fast grower too. So if you're looking for something that's going to get there quicker and not take up time, this seems to be one of those plants. But it's just exquisite. And I'm hoping, like I said, that as it grows, that the stem continues to stay stocky and not, you know, thin out. And then that way, because the ratio you get from the stem and the petioles with the leaves, especially when the leaves grow and you get longer, more fuller of these heart-shaped leaves, then you don't want this little thin, you know, stem. But I'm here for it and want it to grow and get to wherever it is that it's supposed to get to. And again, this is the Syngonium Chiapense. And I will put, you know, the name again on screen so that you can see it and look it up for yourself. I want to thank you guys, all of you. I got a lot of new subscribers this month already. And so I'm so appreciative of all of you who have subscribed and are watching my videos. Thank you for that. I'm going to continue to be putting out content. And if you have not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and the notification button so that you are alerted when I upload a new video. Syngonium Chiapense. Thanks for watching. Peace.